Okay, there we go. So hello to everyone that's watching this interview. You're with Noor here. I run the operations side of the business, and today I'm joined by one of our longest serving clients, I'd say, Ronan, who I've been chasing for an interview for a good while now, as he knows, and I finally managed to get him on, and I'm gonna share he's going to share his success with us, with you guys to give you an understanding of his experience with the program. So, Ronan, obviously, I know you very well, as it's been, quite a while since we've been connected, and within the program. For the people watching this, why don't you introduce who you are, who you serve, and the transformation that you deliver?
Okay, so I'm Ronan, obviously, and then my agency is Wedge Media, and we service the bridal niche, and specifically bridal stores. So we do all their acquisition, and that's all lead gen, booking appointments, qualification, and everything else. Um, and we've been established since about 3.5 years. Have done multiple courses, like similar to in Imperium or EasyGrow. And we've scaled from. It's been a bit of a slow burner for us because I've had a day job that I've only gotten out of this January. So since then, we've been able to add another $20,000 onto the business. It's almost hitting $40,000 a month now. And before that, when we started working with EasyGrow, it was, I mean, it's a long time ago now. You had to remind me, Nor, because
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it
What,
was like
25
20,
months exactly.
25 months. Yeah, it was like, we did get results initially when we
Yeah.
started, but because we couldn't get the time, it hovered around, it went from 10, 12 to 20,000, and it stayed there for a long time until you could get out and really focus on it. So, anyways, look, we service the bridal niche, and it's quite a small niche. It's not big in comparison to gyms or other niches like that.
Yeah, it's a very unique niche, and I was quite happy to hear of it because I was used to hearing the typical, e-com or local business, med spas and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So when you popped up with bridal niche, I'm like, oh, that's unique, that's new. Let's see how it goes, and it went really well. So yeah, great stuff. And Ronan, just to paint a picture for the people watching this, and I know you briefly touched on it. So when you first entered the program, you were floating around the 10 to 12K per month mark, and then fast forward
Mm,
today you're close to hitting 40K per month, correct?
yeah.
Yeah, amazing stuff. Where are you exactly right now? And how far off the 40K a month are you?
About 38,000.
Oh, the 2K is painful.
Yeah.
It's so close. There we go. So yeah, that's amazing stuff. So Ronan, why don't you tell me, what made you join the program? So what problems were you facing, right, before you actually entered the program that you were looking to fix?
Um, Acquisition, getting more, like, we were great at retaining clients.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, we retain 80 to 90% of our clients long term, which is like, from what I've heard in the lead gen niche and appointment setting niche, like 8 to 9 months is good, but man, we maintain them for years.
Yeah, that's
Um,
ridiculous. Yeah.
so we could maintain clients and stay at a certain revenue level, but it was like trying to figure out acquisition was like a dilemma. Could never get it right, and I tried other courses, other programs, and it just never seemed to work. It was just like this thing that was completely unattainable. So obviously we wanted to get more clients, um, and I can't remember where we came across you, but I remember do having the sales call, or the call was with Jack at the
Yeah.
time. Could have been from I don't know if it was from an ad or where it was. Was it an email? Look, it was so long ago now.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it was we needed more clients. Basically, is the short answer.
Yeah. What were you doing to get clients before joining the program, Ronan? Because to be honest, even before you joined us, your business was it was at a decent point. What were you doing then when you were at that 10K
We like
month mark?
yeah, Upwork. So like Upwork,
Oh,
that's
okay.
actually, sorry, where I originally started was Upwork. So it's
Yeah.
just as a freelancer as Upwork. And actually that served me really, really well
Yeah.
initially. But you can't, it's very limited.
Yeah.
And we got clients there and we could retain them. And our clients grew their businesses. So
Nice.
as their businesses grew, our retainers grew with that because they opened up new locations. And then we'd take on clients and we retain them. So it initially started with Upwork, which is very easy to close clients because the traffic is a bit warmer.
Yep.
But you're limited. Like it's very hard to break past, especially if you're niching down. If you're in e-commerce on Upwork, maybe or something like that, maybe it's easier. I don't know, to be honest, but where I was, like, it was very limited. So the cold outreach method was not something, I had any skill or knowledge of. Like, so after Upwork, then I came across another course called Scaling with Systems, which were really well known. And it was okay. I mean, it was in comparison to my experience with EasyGrow,
Yep.
it's just, they're completely different. Like,
Yep.
so EasyGrow was the best decision I made for my business in terms of acquisition. Like, it fixed and it got me to understand how to do proper acquisition. Like, I really cracked it now. It's not a mystery
Yep.
anymore. Scaling with Systems, just at that time, I didn't get that benefit from that
Yeah. Yeah.
course. Other people did, but just my experience of it just didn't happen. Then I did another one called Conversionly, which was really good for setting up appointments. So it was good for ISAs and things like that. And starting on that road, actually, one of the programs you have within the EasyGrow, is it Zach? I can't remember who is the tutor, but he shows you how to hire ISAs.
Oh,
Is
Zach
it Zach?
Pascal. Yeah. 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 Shout out to Zach, the
Yeah, yeah. So
GHO man. Yeah.
that is actually better than Conversionly.
Yeah.
That is, honestly, that is actually, I've done it because I needed to hire as we scaled,
Yeah.
and like
I'm gonna
we
let
did it,
Zach know.
yeah, I had to stop. I actually had to stop, and we took on 11 clients. I had to stop. So I
Yeah.
said, right, we need to hire more ISAs because like one ISA will maybe manage 7 or 8 accounts, and so thinking, right, this is, if we don't onboard new ISAs, and we're not going to be able to service new clients, and we're going to
Yeah.
get poor results. So we had to put things on hold. So I actually followed one of the courses that Zach did on
Yep.
EasyGrow on how to hire ISAs, and he had a really good metrics tracking sheet and other things, and even had a really good cold calling snapshot. I know I'm kind of digressing here, but
No, no, please carry on. It's good.
even like his process of hiring them was better. I got a better quality ISA from actually using EasyGrow's methods of finding ISAs than I did using a company specifically for
Wow.
ISAs. So I thought
Yeah.
that was very interesting. It was very
That's,
good.
that's killer. I'm gonna let Zach know that because he spent a lot of time, on that GHO module. And yeah, you have this theme, Ronan, where you're able to take a video and just absolutely smash it out the park and get killer results with it. So, with our program, Ronan, I'd love to know what made us different from the other programs that you took, where you were able to actually, get some really solid results from it. Was there anything specific with the videos, the strategies? What really made it work for you? Because I know you mentioned there you took a bunch of courses, right? It'd be great to
Yeah,
know what made us different.
there's a few things. There's like being able to fully understand, like learning about, like all these courses do. I probably may do the same thing now, but it just was very easy to follow. It was just, yeah, it wasn't convoluted. Like, if you follow the steps, it'll work. Um, Tapping into the latent conditions of your market,
Yep.
understanding the latent conditions, like, understanding what stimuli is going to work, like being taught how to do that, and really, like, it was very, those were long videos,
Yep.
absolutely long
Yeah.
videos, but they are worth watching, like, and really, like Charlie says, watch it again. He's right. You have to watch it. Like, if you get that into your brain, how your client thinks, how they work, the pain points, how you can serve them, everything else, like, how you can actually provide the transformation. But to be able to create the videos, write the copy for looms are phenomenal. Like, the Loom outreach is really, really good. And once you have that dialed in and you understand your customer, um, that's massive. Like, so that's one thing I found that on this course that they do really well is understanding your customer, and then how to how to create your outreach around that basically, and how to tap into to get them to respond. Um, and then tracking your metrics, like being able to track all these things in the variables, breaking it down into the variables that the different variables you have in your for your outreach to be able to see what's working and then adjust. So you're not it's not you're not you're not in the dark. It's very
Yeah. Yeah.
no blind spots because you can
Yeah.
literally track every aspect of your outreach and all the variables that you're using in your outreach, and it just makes it easy. Just makes it very easy to know when you're facing an issue what that issue actually is and how to pivot and change if it's your Loom video, maybe your tone in the video, if it's too energetic or it's too
Yeah.
dull, if it's your body copy, if it's your offer, etc. So it makes it very
Yeah.
easy to identify what's working and what's not working,
Yeah.
and how to track that. Cold calling was really really good. Cold calling is great too. Push and pull scripts are really good. How to track that again, tracking again is phenomenal. How to track what's working, what's not working. Doing the post cold call workflows as well is really important. So everything you need to basically to get a client on a call, like everything you need step by step. There's nothing missed. Nothing is
Yeah.
missing in there. It's just yeah, it has all the ingredients you need. But from my experience, it's everything you need
Yeah.
to so it's not just one thing. It's a whole
Yeah.
host of things. But
That's it.
it's for me, it's understanding your customer, like tapping into their latent conditions, being able to write copy that resonates with them, being able to create an offer that resonates with them, and being able to track all that so you know what's working, what's not working, and then it's like cause and effect after that. Then it's not a mystery. Outreach is not something that's not anyone can do it basically.
Yeah. Exactly that. Exactly that. So when you first joined the program, Ronan, which was obviously a while back, do you remember what it was like in day one? Like, how did you approach the program? What did you get set up? What did you get going first?
That was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
So day one was a little bit different. Oh, what did I have to do? Let me remember. Yeah, there was a lot of configuration with like
Yeah.
the loom, like getting your looms done, um, getting the email accounts set up, things like that. Um, that can be a bit tedious, but once it's one of these things that you do it once, you don't have to really do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't think of anything else in terms of coaching calls. No, I didn't actually go on that many coaching calls.
Yeah.
Um, but I can't think of, you know,
Yeah.
anything that was difficult or apart from the setup and things like that. And going through actually spending the time to sit in the videos because I
Yeah.
was still in a job at that stage.
Yeah.
And to actually, set aside the time to, to do all the work basically. That's what I suppose that's what I found challenging
Yeah.
that,
Love
to
it.
put the time into it.
That's it, and it paid off. And yeah, like I said with you, like I rarely saw any support related questions from you. I think once, like in when we were in the Facebook group, you posted your script for an audit or the video for an audit. I gave some feedback, and the next thing you know, it's like the next time I heard from you, you said to me, "Oh yeah, no, scale to like 20K or something." I'm like, "Oh great, Ronan, I didn't hear from you for a couple of weeks or so," which is amazing. Touching on the outreach methods, Ronan, I know you said you done Loom, right? Terminator Loom, which obviously I know. You also said you done cold calling. Um, are you still doing that to this day, or is there any other additional strategies from the program you're
No,
using?
so I did forget to mention sales. The sales is phenomenal actually because that's we're not doing anything else apart from Loom and cold calling. That's more than enough for now. I mean,
Yep.
we're getting about 25 appointments, 25 to 30 appointments per month.
Wow.
And we're converting about maybe between 40-50% of those appointments. So that's about as much. I don't know
Yeah.
what, please God, that continues.
Yeah.
So I don't, I'm happy with that. I'm
Yeah.
happy with that. But the sales training is brilliant. And one thing I did find challenging with that is that it's awkward. It
Yeah.
seems counterintuitive to go through the questions. You have to bring
Yeah. Yeah.
the prospect into the pain and realizing that their business isn't in good shape, and getting them to admit that, and then having silence on the calls and sitting into that silence. That doesn't feel like a natural thing to do. But once you
Yeah.
do that, once you actually really just take it seriously and follow the script, follow what you're meant to do, it actually works. It works really, really
Yeah.
well. Although it doesn't feel normal, but the outcome is unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
so the sales are phenomenal. Yeah, sales training is really good, and the mindset for that too is brilliant. So no,
100%.
we're only stuck with Loom for now. I mean, Loom and cold calls are perfect.
Yeah.
Really good.
Regarding the sales process, Ronan, did you have a sales process in place before the program? Or was this like,
No,
okay, so this was like
no.
the first time you had like a proper procedure in place, yeah?
Yeah, the first time that like I really follow a script, first time, yeah, we really follow a process with that.
Perfect. And before this, it was just a matter of like things are in the air, conversation.
Yeah, just
Yes.
like showing them like oh, we do Facebook ads, we do this,
Yeah.
all the things you're
Typical.
not meant to go
Yeah.
into. Yeah, so yeah, this is how it works,
Those
and
key buzzwords which put up their which put up their guard. So yeah.
yeah,
Love it. Ronan, one thing that really strikes out to me is um when you mention like latent conditions of your market, right? And how much it helped you understand your niche. How important was that in helping you and the sales process actually in helping you just, close more sales? How much easier did it make it to, convince clients to sign on with you? Because a lot of people they don't do that work beforehand. So as I'm sure you can imagine, it just makes it a lot more difficult to actually not only get appointments, but actually sell them because they don't understand their avatar enough.
yeah. I mean, I find that if the client is a good fit,
Yep.
you more most of the time we'll close them. Like, absolutely, if they're a good fit for what we do, um, most I couldn't yeah, most of those will turn into a sale. If they're not a good fit, well, then they don't, obviously. But um, I think it helps. Like, they're almost, I wouldn't say pre-sold, but it's they've more they're warmer. They're almost
Yeah,
warmer when they get on the calls. Like, there's more of a feeling that these guys know what they're talking about. There's
that's
more
it.
conviction, and they believe us because it's like we're almost in their shoes. So they get that. They get like these guys aren't just fly by night, you know. Um, so yeah, I mean, that could be one of the attributes why
Yeah,
when there's a great fit, why the calls or sales calls are
yeah,
closing that much easier.
yeah. And in January, was it this past January, right, where you quit your job to go full time with the biz, or was
Well,
it
it was actually February. It was actually
February? Yeah.
February, the middle of February. But like I started getting everything ready because I went back into the new version of the course,
Nice, easy grow, yeah.
the most recent release of EasyGrow. And I started that. I got access to that it would have been October.
Of
But I was kind
mastermind, I
of in the
think.
back. Yeah, it would have been around then, but I didn't like go work like I didn't dive into it straight away. So it was
Yeah,
kind of a slow burn. It wasn't until like November, December that I started getting all the going through the new email account configuration, getting all the stuff, going through the videos were really long, obviously, and
yeah,
figuring out the setting up the stimuli hub and everything else that was required. So um it took a while to do that. Well,
yeah,
for me, because I was still, other people breezed through it very quickly.
yeah.
Um, but we started the outreach then in January, and then I left my job then in February, middle of February.
Nice. What gave you like the confidence to just be able to leave? Was it just that you've already experienced a sense of predictability after installing the systems, and you had that confidence to just go all in, or was there something else?
Yeah. Well, I was actually due for retirement, so I was actually
Okay. Yeah.
eligible to retire. That's one of the reasons, and so that does give you a level of security as well. And but my main motivation was like I have to make the decision, because if I don't go now, I'm never going to be able to scale the business. I'm never. I'm just going to be spinning my wheels all the time.
Yeah.
Doing the course or having actually doing the outreach did give a level of predictability. It did
Nice.
absolutely give reassurance because I could see like this is working, that
Yeah.
this is absolutely working here. Like, and I can see, you know, that gave me a big boost of confidence to definitely take the move at that time. Absolutely, um, for sure.
Yeah, love it. And in the program, Ronan, and you'd obviously know this from the old variation to even the new one now, right? So we've obviously touched on some of the modules to do with outbound sales. But alongside that, there's so many other things, such as, the group support, the coaching calls, which we briefly touched on. Is there anything else in particular that you really love about the program from your experience working with us? Anything that stands out, be it the support, any other videos that you watched? It'd be great to know.
Um, I love the fact that like you're always innovating. So there's always something new coming out to the course. I noticed a post there recently that there's a new version of Terminator Loom or a new
Yes.
Loom.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to look at it yet. But I was
Yeah.
there thinking, wow, we've actually made a whole new system. The one I'm using is brilliant,
Yeah.
but there's a new one there now.
We
Like,
would
so I
be
have to
happy
check
with that.
that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always innovating. There's always new, new modules. There's always something new, like because the market always changes. So it's good that the course
Yeah.
is actually always changing with that. Just also the vibe of it too. Like I love the way there's a great culture in the group, um, and I love the way the videos are. They're just the whole vibe of it. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's there's just a good feeling when you just feel that the on a video tutorial the information you're getting is genuine. Like
Yeah.
it's a genuine thing. Like it's genuine. It's like that Charlie or you or Bo, it's all there to serve the clients. Is absolutely the best interest of the clients at heart. Absolutely. So there's that feeling of reassurance, no matter what video you're watching or what tutorial or whatever it is, what module, um, you
Yeah.
always get that sense. So I suppose like in terms of the videos, what else? Oh, there's the mindset stuff, which is good.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people get benefit. I didn't watch a lot of it. I maybe touched on one or two videos, um, but I thought they're really, really good. Anything else? Um, I already referred to the ISA stuff, which was brilliant.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that was
Zach would love
phenomenal.
that.
Like to go high level, there's a lot of it that I haven't done, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
but the elements that I have focused on, in my view, were the most important for me, which was going through all the videos on developing the stimuli and understanding your
Yeah.
customer, being able to create all the copies and assets around that, and then the sales. So
Yeah.
how to get them on the calls, how to make sure they show up on the calls, and then how to basically identify if they're a good fit, and then um, get the sales. So that was
Yeah.
it for me.
That's it. Love it. And yeah, it's funny you talk about just constantly innovating the product. Like we have like a list of team principles, and Charlie also mentioned it in a video where it's like number one, I literally got on my wall is product centric. Number two, put the client first. And that's why with Will, who's our head of setting, he's actually the head of R&D now. So research and development, product development, like every day his job is to find new strategies, adapt to the changes, because as you said, Ronan, and you know this already, like the market's constantly innovating and you need to, adapt, get with the times and all those things. And that's what we do. We don't like to stay, fixed with one program with old strategies that may not work in the future. So yeah, love that you noticed that. Ronan, in terms of a team standpoint, what does your business look like compared to when you first joined? Is the team still the same, or is it a bit more different now?
No, like at the moment we've four ISAs. We'll need a new one soon, next month.
Nice.
And one media buyer, actually one of the ISAs, I promoted her to an operations manager for ISAs. So
Nice. Yeah,
she's really good with the clients. She's brilliant.
perfect.
She's really great with the team. She has an MBA. So when she's been with me for years,
Ah,
and it's just great that she's been able to grow into the role that she's in now. And so I've been able to kind of promote her into that, and
yeah,
she's hit the ground running. She's brilliant at training the ISAs, and she's brilliant at like managing them, everything else. Then I hired someone to do videos and to
Yep.
do creatives, so ad creatives. Got a dedicated team member for that. Um, we have a social media manager as well. So one, two, three. Who else? Am I forgetting someone? So someone who does organic social media.
Yeah.
I can't know. I think that is it. Yeah, that's it.
Nice. What did the team look like before? Was it just you, one man band doing everything?
No, we had I had a media buyer
Yeah.
and I had an ISA,
Okay,
and
so transferable.
we still had Ian doing social media. That was it.
Nice, nice quality. And obviously, we're at 38K per month now, and 40K is just around the corner. What's like your long-term goal with this? Now that you got the sense of predictability, the systems that work, where do you want to take the business?
I'd like to get to 100K. I mean, it's not the
Nice.
benchmark every agency wants to get
Yeah.
to 100K, but I'd like to get to 100K without imploding the business. So I'd like to get to 100K
Yeah.
profitably. At this stage, I'm happy scaling increment per increment because
Yeah.
I've been used to look, it's been a slow burn for me. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, my benchmark after this would be 40 and then 50. And then, I'll have to, the way I
Yeah.
say it, I'll have to stop for maybe, or ideally I don't, because you should never stop acquisition for a business. You should
Yeah.
never stop doing acquisition. But if we can get to a point where because when we take on, let's say, 6 new clients or 7 new clients, that automatically we can place a new ISA, get them trained in efficiently, and then just keep scaling.
Yeah.
So my next benchmark after this is 50, and then after that 60, 70, and until I get to 100K. But I need to do it in a way that's profitable for the business and
Yeah.
sustainable. And then at that point, I might go into actually doing an info course once we get to that stage. Then
Yeah. Definitely, 100%. And that's something like we touched on when you joined the mastermind. Even though your market's like you said, it's quite niche. I still think because you're developing yourself as like a market leader there, there's a lot of potential to tap into. So yeah, that'll be fun. Regarding the what do you call it? The mindset side of things, Ronan, before you joined the program, right? Did you have like any limiting beliefs around like some of the strategies or sales tactics, or like what was the identity shift needed to succeed the way you have? Like what does Ronan version 1 look like compared to the Ronan I'm speaking to now?
absolutely. There was times when we like what I suppose what got in on me sometimes was so if our service delivery was poor, let's
Mhm.
say if we took on a client that wasn't a good fit. So if
Yep.
a client's not a good fit, obviously
No.
you're not going to get good results for them. That would get in on your sales calls and so there's a process of being able to identify a good client and then onboard them and get good results. And the ones you were getting bad results for, I found that would get in on my sales process because I'd be thinking, ooh, I don't have the confidence in my service delivery. How am I going to be able to express this to a client? So there's a process there where I had to learn, um, you know, and it was through the process of taking on clients and finding out, okay, these are an ideal fit. So we'll only work with these clients, and these ones are not a good fit.
Yep.
We don't work with them. But I had to go through that, obviously, to figure
Yep.
out who are the good clients and who are the clients that aren't going to be a good fit. And that gave me a limiting belief because that impacted everything.
Yeah.
Um, I I know Charlie probably did touch on this in some of the mindset things in terms of um not not setting your expectations massively high because you'll crash because it
Yeah.
is tough. Like you're going to have ups and downs all the times. Like you can't take it personally. Leave your ego at the door with your business. Like
Yeah.
don't bring your ego into your business, like or emotions into your business. So I thought that was a big help. Like you know, don't don't take it personally. It's a process you have to go through. Now I don't have that limit. Like I would never have thought that like either. Like I remember saying like at one point, oh yeah, if I could make like 20K a month or
Yeah.
40K or whatever, like that would be oh that wouldn't that be great? Like and to me like that's like nah, it's such underselling yourself. Like this
Yeah.
is
That's it.
100K
Yeah.
agencies like anyone can do it. Like it's
Yeah.
if anyone can do it. Like you just
Yeah.
but yeah. So I mean my mindset now is completely different than it was
Yeah,
back then. Like it was pretty negative. I have to admit, it was like, but I think that's what the mindset training will be really good for, is like navigating that, being
yeah,
able to identify and separate it from your sales calls, and don't let it give you any negative beliefs.
yeah. Love it. And Ronan, as we sort of round up the interview here, one of the last questions, like specifically for you, is a really simple one. How does it feel, after 25 months? It sounds crazy, right? Known each other for 2 years now, which is mental. How does it feel to just have this sense of predictability within your business where you are scaling up on an upwards trend where you're signing clients, but not just signing clients, you're delivering great results for them, and you just have this confidence in your business. Have you been able to just sit back and just take things in, or are you in a mode where you're just taking it day by day and you're still growing?
I, I always feel it's not enough.
Yeah, every client tells me that. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I always feel like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's like a battle, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, yeah. No, that's
you,
it.
you're, and you have to step back, and
Yeah,
but there are moments when it's like, when you're just like thinking, wow, okay, you have to stop for a minute and look where you've come from with this. Like,
that's it.
you're blessed to be in this position. I never thought I could achieve. Actually, there's a time I didn't think I could achieve that. Like, and now look, we've blown
There we go.
past it, and you can see like getting to 100K is just following a process. Um, yeah, I mean, no, it is amazing, but to me, it's always on to the next problem, because as you grow any
Yeah,
business, like you need to consider having new staff, and then with new staff, you have new problems, and you need to develop leadership, and you need to develop systems in your
that's
business.
it.
So when you grow, it's brilliant. Like it's brilliant to see, it's brilliant to look at your Stripe account and see new revenue
Yeah,
coming in. Then you have
100%.
new problems coming in as well.
That's it. Positive problems. Positive problems.
Ah, look, that's problems like lead to success. Like problems are your way. If it's like Charlie said, it's fighting the dragon.
Yeah, there we
That's it.
go.
Like,
Literally. And yeah, I love that question because it always throws off like clients like yourself that are doing so well. It's like, oh no, I haven't like taken it in because I'm still going to the next goal, which is absolutely amazing. But at the same time, I'd love for you to just dedicate some time to just, look back and go, wow, this is great. We've done it and whatnot, and we've grown a lot, because you deserve to, reflect on that. And yeah, another thing with to look at, Ronan, is I'm sure like you'll know, like when you first done your sales call with Jack probably 2 years ago, and when Jack done the infamous question of oh, where do you want to take your business? How do you want the life to look like, etc., etc. You've probably ticked those boxes that you mentioned to him a while back, but now what's happened, and I'm sure you've heard of this, your original ceiling has become the floor. So like 40K, you're near that now. What it was once a big goal, but now it's like that's gonna be minimum standard. I'm gunning for 100K.
oh, absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like 100K, just it's like it doesn't.
Yeah,
It's very attainable for
that's
sure.
it.
Absolutely very attainable. Like, if you can get to like 40K, or if you can get to 50K,
Yeah,
getting to 100K, it's the same.
more than possible.
Okay, you have to adapt, you have to make some changes, but definitely, like, it's just a process. Like, it's just a process. Like, it's
Yeah.
like how many agencies get to 100K once they get it right? Like, and it's like something else Charlie says, like, you'll get there. Like, it's like results are guaranteed. And I love this. Results are guaranteed, but time isn't.
Yeah.
So if you want to get to
Yeah.
100K, like, and I'm a good example of that, doing this since 2022,
There
you'll
we
get to
go.
100K. You just have to put the time in. It depends how quick you're going to be getting there, but
That's it.
you'll get it. Just keep
Yeah.
doing it.
There we go. And that's why I love this interview, because obviously we get clients who get results quickly as well. Like, in 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. Like
Ah, absolutely. Yeah.
I interviewed like Dylan, who I think he added 15K in monthly rev, him and his business partner Dan, in less than 3 months. But everyone's story is different. And like you said there, Ronan, like the success is guaranteed, but with time, it's down to you what you're willing to put in
But
and whatnot.
exactly. But my time was very limited.
Yep,
Remember, I
exactly.
was I was not I was in the army. So
Yep.
I
And
mean,
working full time. Yep.
exactly. So my time, and by the way, I have another business as well in the wedding niche.
Yeah. I
So,
remember you I
but
remember
then
you told me, yeah.
once my once my time was freed up in January, Like that's when the biggest results happens.
Yeah.
Once you could put your time in, that was the massive game changer for me, big
Yeah,
time.
amazing. And this brings me on to pretty much the final question, Ronan, where it's kind of split up into two here. So typically, there's two groups of people that are watching this interview. First of which is obviously current students who are already part of the program. Second of which are probably customers that are probably on the fence, maybe similar to you when you first joined Ronan, where they've probably taken courses in the past. They're natural skeptics, etc., etc. For the current students who are already in the program, you've obviously been with us for over 2 years now. What are some of the key pieces of advice you'd give them to succeed with the program? And I know there's probably a lot. So what would you say the best ones are?
Do the work.
That's it.
Just no, just like just do watch all the videos.
Yep.
Like especially the videos Charlie insists that you watch.
Yes.
Watch those ones.
Acquisition
Like just
Genesis.
don't go straight into creating the looms and saying, oh, "I
Yep.
got this." Yeah, don't breeze past it. No, you gotta sit down and really give it the time. Like
Yep.
it's worth it. So yeah, just go through everything. Do everything that you're told to do in the course. You won't lose. Like and have patience. Have patience with it too. Like absolutely, it will work
Yeah.
100%.
That's it.
And
And yeah,
then for
sorry,
other
Ron.
people who are kind of on the fence, you can't go wrong with the guarantee. I mean, your results are guaranteed. Like they're like, I mean, they're realistic. I mean, they're absolutely realistic. So if you're on the fence, you have the anything you purchase or any course you sign up to, like, there's always going to be a fear around that. Like, there's always going to be a fear around, oh, will I get results? Absolutely. If you put the work in, you'll get results, and you can't go like I've gone through the whole route of doing multiple courses. Like I said, like two other ones which are big ones, really well known ones, and this is definitely the best one I've done. This like there's nothing I've done that compares to this. So I think if you're on the fence, you should do it because you won't regret it. Absolutely won't regret doing it. Just
Yeah.
do the work and you'll get the results.
There we go. Love it. Ronan, for people watching this, in the rare instance that a bridal boutique is watching this, do you have like your website that you want to share in case there is a potential client out there for you? Like, where can people find you and your business?
At webgenmedia.com.
Okay, sweet. So for for any bridal boutiques out there who probably it's very rare that they'd watch this, but if you are, feel free to check out Ronan's website. And even if you're not a bridal boutique, like you can go to Ronan's website and you can see that he does in fact run an actual agency. And you can see for yourself. So yeah, fantastic stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this interview, guys. And I'm just gonna round it up the same way as I always do. Um, you know, with Ronan, for example, he's like the perfect example of a client that has obviously put in the work and made it work to his situation. Where, like you said, Ronan, you're in the army, working full time. There was a lot, had another business. You were limited for time, but you still made it work within your own schedule and you've done what you could. With the program, to everyone watching this, we provide you with a proven roadmap and the frameworks needed to succeed. By the end of the day, you need to put in the work. And I'm sure you'd agree with this, Ronan. Um,
Big time.
if you want I say the same line all the time, if you want a magic pill to success that requires no work whatsoever, this program isn't for you, unfortunately, because, with the program, we do provide everything that's needed to succeed, but we do need you to put in the work. If you're looking for instantaneous success within the first day without any sort of work on your end, that unfortunately, from my understanding, it doesn't exist anywhere. And if you do find that, please do let me know. So yeah, feel free to book a call with us if you haven't done so already, and you can see if it's a fit. And for your own due diligence as well, obviously you've obviously watched Ronan's interview here. Be sure to check out the other interviews that we have as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to label this for my reference as part one with Ronan. Part two is going to be when he hits 100K per month. and hopefully I don't have to chase him as long as I did
Yeah,
for this one.
I
Um,
mean that'll be in 2028, like by the time I respond to it.
I'm still putting on my calendar, but yeah, keep an eye out for part two and part two, guys, with Ronan. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later. And but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.